Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to the island of Capri, which is extremely exciting because we are going to get wonderful and burnt and have delicious food and have Aperol Spritz in the square, and we're actually going to have the best time ever. So today I'm going to take you there through a culinary on a culinary journey through these wonderful tastes that I'm going to create, and in fact Matamela is coming with us as well.
Yes.
Hi, Porsche.
Hello everybody. Welcome to our class.
Okay, so today what we're doing is Italian food, obviously, with the island of Capri. And what's so wonderful about Italian food is that it is universally desirable. Wherever you go in the world, everybody absolutely loves Italian food, and including me. As you can see, I eat about 20 bowls of pasta a day. And I am going to start off with our salad, which is a shaved zucchini salad. And for this, what you're going to do is you're going to get those large zucchini, which in fact I haven't got today because they are coming into the greengrocers tomorrow. But obviously the larger ones are better because then they're more malleable if they're longer. And then what you're going to do is you are going to cut them on a mandolin. Just show us a mandolin, Matamela, Porsche, just so everyone knows what they need to go and buy if they haven't got one. Now these mandolins are freely available everywhere at home and Mr. Price and all kitchen shops. And then what you do with this is got a very, very sharp blade there. You just go brr, 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 and sort of obviously stop going brr, brr, brr when you get to the end of your, when you get close to your fingers, because that blade is extremely sharp. And so that you cut these on a mandolin. And what we're going to do, we're going to marinate them in olive oil. I've got about 103 zucchini here, not 3 big ones, because we couldn't find what we wanted. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour on it some fresh lemon juice. And the fresh lemon juice is going to soften the zucchini with a bit of luck, and going to marinate it, and going to soften the whole thing. And then into that, I'm going to put my salt and my pepper, and I'm going to leave these to marinate. You can even do it hours before. I find that if you do use the bigger ones, which is what I'd like to use, is that they get softer much quicker because they are more, not foamy, but they're more spongy. These are more sort of, I'd say that's a thick one. Some of them are thick. I don't know how they became thick. But anyway.
When I'm scared to cut my
fingers. You're scared to cut your fingers. Yeah, and we have problems. So what you can do is you can do this a couple of hours before. I mean, I would say that you could even do it in the morning. And then have it in the evening. So I have got a couple of thickies coming out. Obviously where Portia got a little bit scared. But you are essentially want them nice and thin like that. So I'm going to leave them to marinate on the side. You can just put it over there, Portia, on the green plate. And then what we're going to do is we are going to plate it with some crumbled goat's cheese. Now, a lot of people don't like goat's cheese. I absolutely love goat's cheese. Now, if you don't like it, you can use feta, or you can use roviola. But what is quite nice about this goat's cheese, and the same with feta, is that it crumbles beautifully. So that's what I'm doing now with this. The other nice thing to do, now that I think about it, is to put a big ball of burrata in the middle of the fanned out zucchini, and then cut it into slices. All the cream and from the burrata oozes out. So that's an option, but at the moment we're doing it with goat's cheese. Mumsy, can I have my cloth, please? And then we are going to put pine nuts, which we've already toasted. What I do with my pine nuts is that when I buy them, because they're so expensive, one likes to sort of make good use of them. And I actually toast them completely, the whole packet, put it in a little jar, and I put this jar in the freezer. Because what happens is that the oils from your nuts and your pine nuts are the cause of rancidity. Rancidicity, is there such a word? Rancidness. Rancidness. Okay? So, I'm starting a new language. Anyway, so the thing is that the oils in the nuts are the things that make them go rancid. So when you actually toast them off, you toast off the oils, so that takes away one of the reasons why they would go rancid, and it keeps them fresh for longer, obviously. And putting them in the freezer, they don't clog together into a big clump like an ice block. They always stay like this. So I've actually put all my nuts in the freezer. And then I've got some wonderful micro herbs for sprinkling on top. So we'll do that anon. Let the zucchini marinade, and then we are going to plate it. Right, so that's the shaved zucchini salad. It's a wonderful fresh salad. It's a nice salad to accompany a caprese salad, because as you well know, in Italy, you get a ball of burrata and some beautiful red tomatoes and a couple of leaves of basil and you're good to go. So the beauty of Italian food for me is its simplicity, where it uses wonderful fresh produce to actually tell the story of the food. So those are the salads for today. And then what I'm doing to accompany my veal today is I'm doing a roasted balsamic onion dish. You want to come in there, Jono? And what I've done, you see, you want all these bits at the bottom. Those are the things that make things taste nice. So what we've done with these balsamic onions, you just take it away. Oh no, hold on, that's part of it. Okay. All right, is that we've kept the root intact, which has got all the little bits of fluffy fibers. Just cut off the little fluffy bits, and then you can obviously cut the top off, so that they stay intact in beautiful wedges, okay? Sometimes they play up, like this one's played up, but for the most part they haven't. And what we're going to do is that it's such a nice, easy thing to do, and it's just so flavorful, and obviously the red onions are exquisite. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to slice our red onions into quarters, obviously not cutting through the root, so that they stay intact in quarter pieces. And so you just cut off the top, not the bottom, and we place them in a baking dish, which we've done, and we've sprinkled it with balsamic, olive oil, salt and pepper, and oregano. And we baked it like that, covered with foil for 30 minutes, and then uncovered for 30 minutes. And now I'm going to make a salad dressing. Matties, can I have a little whisk and a little spoon, please? I mean a bowl, a whisk and a bowl. And so it's very, very easy. And that's what's so nice about simple food, is that the preparation is also easy. And you see those wonderful tablescapes from Italy and France with people having wonderful summer lunches or summer evening dinners, where they are just beautiful bowls of tomatoes and fresh basil leaves and grilled meats. It's all, the simplicity of good food is the best thing for us, I think. That's what I like to do. Okay, so here's a whisk. Now we are going to make the wonderful glaze for them. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a tablespoon of balsamic, some salt and pepper, and some olive oil. And what you're going to do is you're going to whisk the oil in after you've combined the balsamic vinegar and the mustard together, the salt and pepper. I always use this Olivana olive oil, I love it. because it's not overly flavorful. It's just quite a neutral olive oil, because I find that extra virgin olive oils can sometimes be very, very grassy and detract from the actual flavor of your dish. So, taste that. Do we need a bit of honey in it?
Yeah, bit of touch.
Okay, just give me a touch of honey. I'll have to add that in. Okay, so I always find that sometimes these vinegars are so strong that you need just a squirt of honey or xylitol or sugar. This has been in the fridge, so it's very cold, coming out, just to balance the flavors, you know, the sweet and sour. Because as you know, balsamic vinegar is sweet, but this particular one isn't very sweet.
Do you need my help?
No, I think so. I don't know what's going on. Portia's much stronger than me, so whenever we need brute force, we use her little paws. Okay, right, so here is our, you can come in here, Dano. Here is our glaze, which is balsamic, Dijon mustard, a drop of honey if you need it. Your balsamic vinegar might not be as tart as mine. And some fresh oregano. Now, sometimes you can't find fresh oregano, but don't despair, because you always use dried oregano. But if you're going to use a dried herb as opposed to a fresh herb, you always cut down the quantity, because fresh herbs are not as strong as dried herbs. So if it says 1 teaspoon of oregano, you'll do half a teaspoon of dried oregano. So here are these divine balsamic glazed onions, roasted onions with fresh oregano. Should we get a plate, Portia?
Yes. Look good.
Okay, and I'm going to put a crack of black pepper on top. I don't think I need any more salt. I love mustard. Mustard is my favorite. Okay. Then, what I'm going to do, other than clean my station, is place these wonderful caramelized onions on my platter. I'm trying to scrape up all these bits, because these bits are where the flavor comes from. Okay, so that's that. Goodness, what a clunky noise. And I'm going to put a crack of black pepper on top. I think we've got enough salt in it. I'm just put a little bit of fresh oregano on top for a bit of green. Okay, let me just go like this, Portia. And always remember that the sides of your dishes must always look nice and clean. I normally take a piece of paper towel, and look at that, how delicious that looks. So easy. Olive oil, balsamic vinegar, oregano, and a little bit of Dijon mustard in the glaze, and a drop of honey, and there you have the most powerfully delicious and flavorful onion dish. Okay, so that is the balsamic glazed onions. Right. Now what we're going to do is the veal piccata. Now, what I like about all these dishes that I'm doing today is that everything is extremely quick. So, I want to give you time to actually enjoy your time in Capri, so you can cook this food extremely quickly. So, what we're going to do with this, we're going to have some wine, which we now have freely available to us. Okay. I need that parsley. Okay. All right. Okay, so now, girlies and boys, what we're going to do. We are going to place some seasoned flour. What am I doing? Okay. So there's some flour. You can leave it over here because we need it again just now. And I'm going to season the flour with a pinch of salt and some black pepper. And I'll just mix it around like this so that the seasoning goes throughout all the flour. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up a saucepan with some butter and oil. Okay? Firstly, I should put this in a Ziploc because it's much easier. But I'm doing it in a bowl. So you can either put it in a Ziploc and shake it around, or you can put it in a bowl like I'm doing it and just, and we need some butter in that portion. And what the butter does is lower the temperature of the oil. Other than give it a wonderful flavor, the butter doesn't burn to as high a temperature as oil. So when you do a butter and oil combo, it slows down the cooking, which is what you want, because in actual fact, these are very, very thin. And if you overcook them, they'll be all rubbery and overcooked and horrible. So here are your veal pieces covered in flour which has been seasoned. We're going to flash fry them a minute aside once the oil is hot, and then we're going to remove them and put them in a piece of foil to keep them warm. So you're going to do them one at a time, because if you don't, wait until it's a little bit hotter, of course, but anyway, a little bit hotter. Is it hot? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so we are just flash frying our veal, and then if you want to give me the foil, I'll have the foil ready. So when we've done our flash frying, we can put it in the foil and close it, and then just keep them warm until we go back to making the sauce. So we're going to flash fry, and then we're going to add our lemon juice, our wine, okay, our capri, our parsley, and our salt and pepper. So let's just do that quickly. Go right into the bubbles, John. Nice, eh? Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Okay, so what this does is the flour that is on the veal will give the sauce that we make, the piccata sauce, a little bit of thickness, which is nice. Okay, let me get a platter for that. Now it's starting to caramelize. Yeah. You know, when you fry meat in butter and oil, butter or oil, it gets a brown golden hue, and that is actually the caramelization of the sugars in the blood. Okay, so there's number one, perfect. So then what we want, when we've done this, we are going to add lemon juice to the pan and wine, and we're going to let it reduce a little, and it'll thicken a little bit, obviously because of the flour that was left in the pan from frying the veal. And then once it's thickened, we're going to throw in our capers and our parsley, and we're going to return the veal to the pan and just make sure that it is drenched in this wonderful flavoring. It's such a simple dish, and it is so delicious. And when I think of Italy, I definitely think of veal. They love veal in Italy. And it's a wonderful a wonderful easy dish to prepare. Just the water for the pasta.
Pasta, yeah.
Okay. Of course, I think that's done.
Yeah.
Put it in my little baby's wok over here. Okay. So now, some lemon juice. Can I have a spoon, Mama?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. And some wine. A little salt and pepper. Let's close my little foil parcel so this stays warm. Oh, that looks absolutely off the charts, as they say. And in go my capers. I saw today that, not that I don't know this, but I'm just telling you, that they're baby capers and they're capers and they're caper berries. And I bought the normal capers, but those little baby capers do definitely appeal to me a lot. I love them. Okay. So I'd say that this thickened. Can you taste it, Porsche? She's my carnivore, sous chef, my carnivore. Sour. Okay, so then what I'll do is put a bit of this in. A bit more wine. Those lemons are very, very strong. I bought all those lemons for my Capri tablescape, and I've got so many lemons that I can actually basically supply the whole of Johannesburg for the next year. Anyway, I love lemons, and taste it again, of course, otherwise we might have to add a little bit of honey if it's too strong. A little bit of honey, okay. Alright, so if you have the same problem as I've had, that where it's very, very strong, the honey, the lemon, just add a bit of honey. Use your discretion and just do a little squirt. And it makes such a difference to the dish. Let's just push this down. It makes such a difference doing a squirt of honey. It just balances the whole flavor. I'm sure that's absolutely perfect now. Okay, and then into this, we are going to put, is it now off the charts? You see, that's why I always say when you do lemon, when you use lemon in anything, or vinegar, you do have to add some sweetness. Oh, crikey, it's bleeding hot. It's bleeding hot, mate. Just let the caper sauce go over it. And then, what we're going to do, Mama, is we are going to put it on this beautiful green platter. And then we're going to pour over the sauce once we put the meat on the platter, and we are going to perfect, add a little bit more parsley and a grind of black pepper. So how stunning is that? And so easy. It takes 1 millisecond to make. How beautiful is that, Porsche? Okay, let's get all the bits. The bits are the things that count in a dish. Okay? And then you're going to take your parsley, crack a black pepper, and voila! Okay, I actually put a little bit at the end, just for a little bit of a change. So we always have clean edges, don't we? Anyway, that is divine. Even though I don't eat meat, it smells absolutely delectable. And Matti, can you take it to the table? Thank you very much. Right, so now, what we're going to do next is the creamy lemon Parmesan chicken. Now, as you can see, all my dishes have got lemon flavors, lemon undertones, because if I think of Capri, I think of lemons. And in fact, as I said in my our tablescape the other day, the vernacular pottery from the Isle of Capri is all lemons. They've got dishes with lemons in it, and so when I think of Capri, I think of lemons. So hence I've gone a bit crazy with lemons. This garlic salt was used about 200 years ago, so it's slightly not moving around. Okay, right. Now we need another plate of, another bowl of flour, please. Okay, so for this creamy Parmesan chicken, I actually made it the other day for some clients who had a function here at Beechwood, and they were licking their lips, so we like that. Okay, so on this recipe, we're going to start off with the chicken and getting the chicken done. Okay, so on a large plate, well, I'll just chart this as a plate, we're going to combine some flour. It's about half a cup. Some Parmesan, half a cup. Okay. Some garlic powder, not yet. I don't know whether this is going to work. It does. A little bit of garlic powder. Garlic salt. It is literally coagulated. Anyway, none of you are eating it, so don't worry. You're not going to die from my expired spices. We won't give it to you, Porsche. We don't want you to die. Okay? All right. Salt and pepper. Not too much salt, obviously, because there's Parmesan in it. And lemon zest. And what we're going to do with this, is that heated up yet, the oil? Okay? All right. So now, let us combine this. So in here is my Parmesan, my flour, my garlic powder, my lemon zest, my salt and pepper. And then what I'm going to do, come close here, Jono, I'm just going to dredge my chicken breasts. Oopsie, that's not really good, hold on. I'm just going to dredge my chicken breasts in this wonderful floury, lemony, Parmesan-y thing. Okay. All right. There's another one. You can start. Okay, getting back to our chicken. So we have floured our chicken pieces, and we are now just sealing them, and once again making them a wonderful color, because if you don't fry chicken, it has that grey beige look about it, whereas if you give it a flash fry, it becomes wonderful and golden, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so once we've done that, we're going to put them in a dish on the side and just leave them on the side, and then we are going to start with our onions. So let's just get those done first. Let me just check that the oven's on. Perfect, Porsche. 2 other pieces. Okay, so when we've done those 2, we are going to add some butter to the pan. and cook the onions until they are golden, obviously, and caramelized as well. The essence of a tasty meal is caramelization, because that's what makes the flavors come out of whatever you're cooking. So it's very, very important. And that's why when you go on these diets where you have to boil everything, it's so depressing for me, because that food can't ever really taste nice unless you put an entire bottle of soy sauce on top of it. Because the flavor comes from searing in oil and butter, which is not good for one's body or one's veins, I suspect. But anyway, makes tasty food. So once we've finished caramelizing that, we're going to add our onion and then our garlic and our lemon slices. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one of my 1 million lemons, okay, into thin slices, very thin slices. I want to just focus in here a bit, Donna, so you can see the thinness. Obviously it gets a bit more difficult as you come to the end, but you've still got to cut some slices and hope that you don't cut it with your finger at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to just check that there are no pips in here. Those are pip free. And then you definitely have to de-pip them. And you're going to cut them into half moons. Sounds like a frog in there. You know, it's a dripping tap. Okay. And then into that, we're going to put our garlic once the onions have cooked up a bit. So let these, this is actually not a very hot stove, but anyway. Let these get a little bit more cooked, because as you well know, you sound like a broken telephone call, there is a big difference between a boiled onion and a fried onion. So we're going to let it get a bit more translucent. And then into that, we are going to add our crushed garlic and our lemon slices. And we are going to fry those off until they are all fragrant and delicious. Then I'm going to add my stock, which I didn't do with hot enough water. So this knorr gel is still knorring away here. It's not playing the game, but anyway, we'll put it in. Okay, so I'm going to add my lemon slices because I'm now actually completely bored of waiting. So add some more lemon slices. I think it's enough.
Yeah.
A few more. Think it's enough? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then add the liquid one.
Not yet, no. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to add our garlic and our bush, which is where the real fragrance comes out. We'll do another one. Okay. So a little salt, pepper. Okay, and then into that we're going to add in a little bit of lemon juice, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, some stock, which hopefully this is going to get melted there, and a cup of cream. And let that boil up a bit. I'm going to add in a little bit of lemon zest as well. And then I'll mix while you just pass me the spinach there, Mum. So what we're going to do is I'm going to wilt down the spinach, beautiful baby spinach, in the sauce, which is the stock and the cream. You're going to push it down so they all get submerged, so they all are wilted by the heat of the cream mixture. I'll do one more. Okay, that can go. We're going to use it again, and so that gets wilted down. You'll see that these spinach leaves disappear once they get cooked. Don't look as if they're going to disappear right now, but they definitely do. Okay, and so I'm going to let that cook for a second, and I'm going to start testing the flavors. And into that, it's a little bit of Parmesan. And I think a little bit of salt. Not too much salt because I put in the Parmesan. And this is going to cook down a little bit. And once the spinach is a little bit more cooked, I'm going to add my chicken pieces, which I've just cooked on the outside. The chicken is actually still raw inside. You can see there. It's still raw inside. So we've just flash fried it, caramelized the outside. We're just going to wait for this. How stunning is this? Look at this, Jono. Have you ever in your life seen anything quite as exquisite as this? I haven't. And the minute the spinach is a little bit more wilted, which is coming, we should put that on. And I'm going to add the chicken, and we're going to place it in a baking dish, covered with foil, and we're going to bake it until the chicken's cooked through, which is about 30 minutes. And then we are going to add onto it, when we serve it, a little bit of zest and a chiffonade of basil leaves. And I couldn't find basil today, so I'm using rocket. So that's what we're going to do. Oh, look at this. The colours just make me want to be in Capri. I mean, it is so depressing. I should be sitting in that square, sipping a little, you know what, Aperol Spritz. You definitely could have cooked the onions more. Anyway, it still tastes nice. Okay, let's pour it. And then into this, I'm going to put my chicken breasts submerged in this liquid, which will obviously thicken up in the oven. We need to put some foil on top, Portia. And Bob's your auntie. That is the dish. So we'll wait until it's cooked. Dish of the day, my salad of the day, the courgettes. And I want you to see that how they have softened. The lemon half cooks them. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to place them. Unfortunately, they're so small we can't really curl and swirl them. But what I would like you to do going forward with big ones is make little round circles, and you see they're too small. So let's just try here. No, it's not happening. Okay, so when you've got your divine big ones, you'll make little curled circles and like that, just for aesthetic reasons, you know. So curl them around like that, a bit, just so it's not every single piece of zucchini is the same. And you can do it exquisitely with the, is it a thick piece for you? There you are. Nice, eh? Then, onto that, I'm going to pour a little bit of this lemon juice and olive oil on top. And then, I'm going to put my microgreens. Oh, there's too many notes in the symphony over here. Okay, so onto this, I'm going to put a little bit of salt, molten salt, which it isn't, but anyway. Okay, and then I'm going to do a packet of micro herbs. I love the ones with the little red stems, and I prefer the ones from Woolies because they are clean, because they're not grown in sand. Okay, so here's this wonderful crumbling goat's cheese. And as I say, if you don't like goat's cheese, first of all, the goat's cheese in South Africa, the Chevin, is so weak that you wouldn't even know it came from a goat. And it hasn't got that strong goaty flavour. And then here are my beautiful pine nuts. And a crack of black pepper. Yeah. Go into that, Jono. How perfect. And that is Hello Capri. Now, the last thing we're going to do is the lemon ricotta pasta. What we're going to do, we're going to boil the pasta in a boiling water pot with a little bit of salt in it until it's al dente. Then in a large bowl, here we go, we are going to place our ricotta, our parmesan, okay, our parmesan, our lemon zest, our garlic. I put salt in already.
You do.
Okay, what's that? No, don't break it. Okay, so into this, we're going to put our lemon juice. And our olive oil. This is one of those pasta dishes that takes 1 millisecond to make. High flavour, low effort. Don't you love it? So, I'm going to mix this around here. So in here is my ricotta, my lemon zest, my lemon juice, my olive oil, my garlic, and I'm going to put in a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're going to stir to combine. Okay, I need a cup, please, because when the pasta's cooked, we're going to take a cup of water out. Okay, so this is all ready to be creamed through our pasta. So, we've got everything in here. Ricotta, the olive oil, the lemon zest and juice, the salt and pepper. I'm going to just taste it. divine. So nice. I must say lemons are the way to go. My best cake is lemon cake. So obviously this course appeals to me enormously because I love lemons. And they're such happy things, aren't they? Alright, so once we've cooked it for a little bit, Mum, the last minute we are going to take out some cooking water, and we're going to add our baby spinaci into the pot. Okay, let's just leave it like that. I think let's put the lid on so that it gets hot. So now, last but not least, is our lemon ice cream, which is from heaven. Okay, so for the lemon ice cream, what we're going to do is we're going to make my simple 3-ingredient ice cream, which is from my mother-in-law, but I think it's sort of from those ages, you know, from the 60s. I think everybody made ice cream like this. Oh, I put in a blast chiller, it's hardly chilled at all. Oh God. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is for this lemon ice cream, which is actually basically cream, not ice cream at the moment, we are going to whip up 2 cups of cream, 500 ml of cream, fresh cream, whip in a Kenwood, and then we are going to pour in 1 tin of condensed milk, and then we are going to add the juice of 3 lemons and the zest of 3 lemons into the mixture. And then what I wanted to do, which I don't think is going to be possible, maybe it is, not really, well, maybe, we will try. One thing I can tell you, it's mighty delicious, okay, is that I wanted to do this whole installation here with lemon leaves and lemon and hard balls of ice cream, which it isn't. I sent it to Tasha's down the road to get hard in their blast chiller, because I mean they cost a fortune, so I haven't got one. Can I have some more lemons, please? And I haven't got very hard lemon ice cream at all. I mean, I'm so depressed. Anyway, so what I wanted to do was shape ovals or balls of ice cream and put them in between. It's a very good idea. Très vite, ma chérie, très vite. So this is going to be hard balls when you do them. And obviously they'll be hard enough to withstand being on a lemon. So this is a little bit of a makeshift one, but I think that you're starting to get the idea of what I want to do. So I'm going to go like that. I mean, it will work with frozen ice cream for sure. You'll scoop it out with an ice cream scoop. Tasking here. Okay, make me some more balls here on top, and one more lemon there. Okay, we didn't do you haven't done this Porsche. We haven't done this. You can put the lemon this in. I shouldn't have multitasked. We haven't done the spinach. So just pour some hot water over it.
Yeah.
Okay, so into this, I'm purposely doing a pudding that is at this moment in time a failure because it isn't frozen properly, that I forgot to do the spinach. So into this pasta dish, I'm going to put my parmesan, that what you can do going forward is actually place the ricotta and the lemon juice and the lemon zest and the olive oil in a blender so that it's like it's got a creamy consistency, because I think that the ricotta from Woolies is very soft, but the ricotta I bought today is quite firm. Okay, then into that I'm going to put some more lemon zest. So let's just check that nothing funny bits are in here. Some more lemon zest and a sprinkling of red chili flakes. I love chili. I'm going to put the rest of that water, so it's a cup of water. Just put it in slowly and see how you need it, because you do want this to be creamy. I'm putting for the spinaci and my black pepper. Portia, can you give me a fork as a matter of urgency, please? I just want to test the pasta. This is the real taste of Capri, that I can tell you, without a doubt. Oh, I think I'm picking up too much. It's going to my mouth.
Delish.
Oh, unbelievable. So, everybody, that is my lesson on the food of Capri. Wonderful lemon creamy chicken with parmesan, lemon ice cream served with lemons. You could even do it on a platter, flat. It doesn't have to be round like that. Probably be easier with lemon leaves. This lemon and ricotta pasta. What else did we do? We did onions with that balsamic and Dijon glaze, and we did the veal piccata. So basically, you are going to have a feast. It's going to take you a very short time. I'm choking. And okay, here my sous chef's helping me. And I hope that you've enjoyed it. And I hope as you make this food, you are taken back and exported back to Italy, where you have fun in the sun. Okay, bring it here with the water in it. It's always good to have a bit of water. Okay. So because we didn't put the spinach and the blah blah blahs, the pasta water, we're putting them in afterwards, but I think that's fine.
Is that enough?
Yeah.
I still have some in the pot.
Okay, add. Okay.
The spinach.
Stunning! Okay, now we can put it in our bowl. There's our chicken done. I'm just going to go into this bowl. Okay, and onto that I'm going to put a little twist of black pepper, and I've finished all my lemon zest, but otherwise you could put some more lemon zest on. And I always like to put on a little swirl of olive oil to give it a little glisten. Some salt. Ooh. Have we got some more parmesan pork?
Yes.
Please. So that's that dish. So come in here close, Jono. That is divine. So here is our Italian feast from Capri, our wonderful lemon ice cream covered in lemon zest and displayed with lemons and fresh lemon leaves. This is our pasta, which I cannot wait to tuck into, with the lemon, the parmesan and the ricotta. Then we've got here our chicken, parmesan and cream, and our veal piccata, our delicious salad of shaved zucchini with goat cheese, micro leaves and pine nuts, and there are balsamic glazed onions. Could you actually want anything more? So I hope you've enjoyed your journey with me. As I say, we all wish we were there, but sadly we're not. So we've got to enjoy our summer holidays through the delicious flavours of all the ethnic foods around the world. So thanks for joining me in Capri this week, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere else in 2 weeks' time. Bye.